Hello class. Today we're going to do another exercise in generating ideas that can serve as strong thesis statements for college level papers. For this one we're going way back to ancient Greece and we're going to do an exercise called the topics. This exercise comes from Aristotle and it's an exercise in discovering arguments, and arguments are key to college level papers because one of the main things that you want to accomplish here in college is the ability to make a point and stand behind it. So this is just an exercise that allows you to look at your subject from a variety of different directions and see if those provide leads that you can explore in your own writing, whatever assignment you might have going for you. So I'm just going to quickly do a couple of these myself and see what I come up with, just to show you what I'm looking for. Your assignment is going to be to do this exercise on 4 of the different perspectives that you can look at a subject from. I don't know if I'm going to do all of those, but I might do a little bit of each, but let's just go ahead and jump in. So again, my subject is the free press, First Amendment, something that is very important to me. So let's just look at context. What came before freedom of press and the First Amendment? So let's think back. What came before? Well, the Declaration of Independence was our breaking away from the tyrannical rule or the monarchy of England that controlled much of what we can do and say. And then the first articles of the Constitution, and of course the First Amendment was the Bill of Rights, was in the Bill of Rights, the first in the Bill of Rights. So what came before it? Monarchy, dictatorship, I guess I want to kind of go at this. I'm thinking at it a little bit more. The inability of the people to know, understand, and influence those who governed, or the government. So the people weren't able to fully control their own destinies and build a better way of life. All right, that's not bad. I'll go ahead and italicize that so that it stands out a little bit. How did it come to be? Well, it came to be as a result of a bloody revolution and of like-minded men, white men, we know, who worked together to form a more perfect union. All right, I'm going to hit return here so that it looks kind of nice. And again, the italics. What came about as a result of it? Well, I'm just going to go for it and say the greatest country on earth. A noble experiment in allowing people, the masses, to have equal say in how they would be governed, great. Well, I want to add to that too. I think also freedom of press and free speech enabled everyone, or afforded, let's say, afforded everyone an opportunity to speak their minds and to raise new ideas. And this, in turn, has led to unimaginable progress in our society. That's pretty good. I like that. If I look over these I think just about every one of them could make for an interesting paper. In particular, I like this. Okay. Let's see what other ones we like here. History, because I get to skip 3 that I don't want to do. How has it changed through time? Larger systems, what does it say about the world, society, culture? All right. Well, I'm going to hold off on history. I might come back to that. But larger systems, what does it say about the world, society, culture, and us? Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is that it shows that the people can control their own destiny. How about this? Shows that people, not only that people can control their own destiny, but that when they have the right to do so, it leads to progress and great nations. And what role does it play? All right, well, this takes us in a different direction. The free press does many things, the most important of which are informing the populace, thus enabling them to participate in their own governance. And it also keeps those who govern in check by exposing corruption, bad ideas, let's say corruption and bad ideas, that sort of covers just about everything. Which the public can keep in mind when it exercises its right to vote. That's good. Let's try this one. What would the world be like if freedom of press didn't exist? It would be dark. The overwhelming majority of people in our country or on Earth would lack the information they need to control their own destinies and to participate in their own governance. Those in power would be able to do whatever they want, including taking away people's freedoms, money, and indeed their very lives. All right, so that's 3. We got one more. What should I choose among these? Well, let's say this. What are some aspects of the way it is? In America, there are almost as many ways receive information as there are people to receive it. Okay. There are hundreds, even thousands of newspapers, magazines, websites, TV news shows, radio news, and even phone apps that provide information in just about every flavor one can imagine. It's not a perfect system. At present, sorry about my dog barking there, I think the mailman's showing up. The United States are quite divided about partisan issues. With many Americans choosing to receive their news from a particular partisan perspective. Either conservative or liberal, or many other political inclinations. No one ever said democracy was easy. But consider the alternative. What would it be like to live in a country where all the news, all information comes from the government. We know this. We know the answer because there are countries where this is true, such as North Korea and Russia. In those places, people have little control over their government and destinies. And as a result, I'm not sure how to answer that because I haven't ever lived in Russia or North Korea. I've watched a lot of documentaries about North Korea, fewer about Russia, but I know that North Korea is a pretty bleak place. And I would much rather live in a place where I can speak my mind and share my opinions, even if there are folks out there who see things completely different from me. Okay, so as a result, their destinies are controlled by a powerful few, and they don't enjoy the freedom we have, the freedom and power we have to influence our nation's destiny. This broad spectrum of viewpoints is difficult, but it's what enables us to continue innovating and growing and progressing so as to be the greatest nation on earth. All right. So as I look back over this, I see numerous things that could become, thesis statement for a really good paper. Now some of them like this one are very long, so we probably want to get those down to 1 or 2 sentences, maybe 3 or 4. But I like all of these. I think these are kind of interesting, but I'm finding that as I went through the exercise, my ideas kind of got more expansive, which is one of the things that writing can do for us as a tool. It can help us to unlock the ideas that we have sort of under the layers of thought that we carry that might not immediately be accessible. So the greatest country on earth, a noble experiment allowing the people and the masses to control themselves, freedom of speech and freedom afforded everyone an opportunity to speak their mind and raise new ideas. That has led to unimaginable progress in our society. It shows that we can, so those are all kind of similar vein. I think this one resonates the most with me. Without the free press, the world would be dark. The overwhelming majority of people in our country or on earth would lack the information they need to control their destinies. That's pretty good. But now as I'm looking to it, I like this. And I think it's interesting that I wrote so long here, but that it got me into this place where it's interesting how free press both has some positive benefits and some negative ones. So just very quickly thinking about it, I think the free press having a free press and freedom of speech makes life in America more difficult. Americans can choose the kind of information they receive, and this causes division among us. But it's this difficulty that makes free speech so vital for a thriving country. Because it's only by examining issues from all directions and allowing all ideas to come out and be considered that we can truly progress as a nation and avoid tyranny. All right, that's not bad. I might work with it a little bit, but that's a good place to start. And I could see where I could use this as the basis for a paper. I could start looking at different forms of evidence that I could use to back up these different ideas. So like Americans can choose what kind of information they receive, and this causes division among us. I could certainly offer the examples of, MSNBC being a liberal station and Fox News being a conservative station, and then give evidence about how Congress is always deadlocked and the Democrats are always against Donald Trump and Donald Trump is against this person and that person. But that it's this difficulty that makes free speech so vital to a thriving country, because it's only by examining these issues from all directions and allowing all ideas to come out and be considered that we can truly progress as a nation and avoid tyranny. So here we might be able to offer, some examples of things like, let's say, I don't know. I guess you'd kind of have to look at the news and see different ways in which our clash has helped us to stay back from pursuing a single-minded idea, or how a good idea came out of that conflict. But anyway, that gives you a general view of what I want you to do for your homework tonight. As always, it's due at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. That is Thursday, July 13th. And good luck to you. If you have any, as always, if you have any questions or if you're confused about anything at all, please don't hesitate to email me. I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. So, adios.